My dear friends, I want to tell you about a conversation that never happened, yet it was the most profound dialogue of my life. 23 years ago, when I first entered the monastery, I was like most of you watching today, eager to share my thoughts, quick to offer advice, always ready with an opinion about everything and everyone around me. I believed that wisdom came through speaking, that influence meant having the loudest voice in the room. Then I met Brother Thomas. Brother Thomas had taken a vow of silence that lasted 3 years, but his presence spoke volumes that no words could ever express. Every morning, I watched him tend to the monastery garden with such gentle precision that even the butterflies seemed drawn to his peaceful energy. When visitors came seeking guidance, they would sit beside him in complete silence and somehow leave with answers they couldn't find anywhere else. I was puzzled. How could someone who never spoke become the most sought-after teacher in our community? The answer revealed itself through observation, and today I want to share this ancient truth with you. The most powerful conversations happen without words, and the most profound teachings come through silent demonstration. You see, in our world of constant chatter, social media posts, and endless opinions, we have forgotten the sacred art of letting our actions carry our message. We've become addicted to telling people who we are, instead of simply being who we are. But here's what I learned from Brother Thomas and decades of monastery life. When you stop trying to prove your worth through words, your authentic self begins to shine through your deeds. When you cease the constant commentary about your intentions, your actual intentions become crystal clear through your behaviors. Think about the people who have truly influenced your life. I'll wager it wasn't because of their eloquent speeches or their social media presence. It was probably a teacher who stayed after class to help you understand, a parent who worked extra hours without complaint, a friend who showed up during your darkest moment without being asked. These people understood what Brother Thomas knew. Authenticity cannot be proclaimed, it can only be lived. In my years of counseling visitors to our monastery, I've noticed a pattern. Those who spend the most time talking about their spiritual journey often seem the most disconnected from it. Meanwhile, those who quietly practice compassion, who consistently show up for others, who demonstrate patience in small daily moments, these are the ones who radiate genuine peace. Let me share another story. Last year, a successful businessman came to us, exhausted from trying to convince everyone of his good intentions after a public scandal. For weeks, he spoke about his plans for charity, his commitment to change, his desire to rebuild trust. Nothing shifted. Then something beautiful happened. He stopped talking and started sweeping. Every morning, he quietly cleaned our meditation hall. He began helping in our kitchen, washing dishes with such care and attention that it became a form of prayer. He started listening to visitor stories without offering advice, simply holding space for their pain. Within months, people naturally began to trust him again, not because of his promises, but because of his consistent, humble actions. His transformation wasn't announced, it was witnessed. This is the profound wisdom of silence. When we stop using energy to convince others of who we are, we can direct that same energy toward actually becoming who we're meant to be. But let me be clear, this isn't about becoming passive or never speaking up for what matters. It's about recognizing that your daily choices are constantly broadcasting who you truly are, louder than any words ever could. When you choose patience over reactivity in traffic, you're teaching everyone around you about peace. When you listen fully to your child's story instead of checking your phone, you're demonstrating the value of presence. When you help someone without posting about it online, you're practicing authentic service. Your life is your message. Your habits are your true beliefs made visible. Your consistency in small things reveals your character more clearly than any grand gesture ever could. Brother Thomas eventually broke his silence after 3 years, but by then he had already transformed our entire community through his quiet example. He taught us that the most revolutionary act in a noisy world is to let your life do the talking. So I invite you in this moment to consider, what is your life saying about you? What message are your daily actions broadcasting to the world? Are your deeds aligned with your deepest values? Or are you spending more energy talking about the person you want to be than actually becoming that person? Remember, every sunrise offers you a fresh opportunity to live your truth rather than just speak it. In the beautiful silence of authentic action, You'll discover that you've been carrying the power to inspire and transform all along. The world doesn't need more words about love, it needs more acts of love. It doesn't need more promises about change, it needs more examples of transformation. Be that example. Let your life be your teaching. Until we meet again, may your actions speak the wisdom that your heart knows to be true.